Welcome back to the GSL. I'm Tasteless, and he's Artosis.
Hi.
And together we make Tastosis, the casting Archon. We've seen a lot of games here. We have a lot more to go through today, but we have a very special player that we're going to be casting right now. It's RainBOw.
Yes.
Now, he was first known as Into the Rainbow. Then he made a terrible decision to call himself Hope Torture, which is, I think, the worst idea I've ever seen in my life. And now he's decided to go back to being RainBOw.
Yeah. So, TSL, Into the Rainbow.
That's right. VSCV life.
Yeah. Can finally call him what I want. My brain won't trip over it anymore.
That's right.
Goodbye, Hope Torture.
Goodbye. I hope he never
You tortured me with that terrible ID.
I was hoping he would get rid of it, but it was torturing me. So we're going to have him against NewDawn, and I think this is going to be a pretty entertaining match, but RainBOw is definitely the favorite. I've got Artosis. You can't stop laughing at that one. NewDawn, I didn't think of a joke, by the way, for these two.
It's all right.
I forgot to.
Hold on to
Next Genius.
I'll deliver by the end of the cast.
Yeah,
I promise.
We'll get something ready to say with that.
My commentary will be terrible because I'll think of jokes the entire time, but I will get one. All right.
So the map lineup we're going to cover briefly, but I do want to point out it's good for PvT. PvT is actually kind of interesting because it's not like ZVT, for instance, or actually, let me give you a better example, PvZ, where it's like, oh, God, you can't win on this map, like Steps of War or something.
Well, unfortunately for NewDawn, this is a TVZ.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I thought it was a TVP. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
He is Zerg.
I'm not bringing my A game today.
But let's talk about Into the Rainbow. Oh, it feels so good to just calm that.
Finally.
Hope Torture.
He's no longer Hope Torture. This guy has gotten at least to the Final Four twice in the only two GSLs we've had.
Yeah. Rank captain. I think he probably has the highest rank overall in the GSL because, of course, second place first season, top 4 season 2. Funny they can only list one achievement right there for him when he actually a top 4 in GSL is basically the 4th best achievement in the entire world.
It really is when you think about it. He's been playing since the beginning. He was initially sort of a dark horse in GSL.
And he did well, and he's shown us he's one of the most solid players in the world. Guy's doing great. Guy's rolling around in money, getting top finishes all the time in this really awesome tournament.
And here is his opponent, NewDawn. 19-year-old guy, pretty young.
Absolutely. It's going to have to be a NewDawn for Zerg if he thinks he's going to be Into the Rainbow.
That's true.
Around at 64.
There you go. We're making these names work.
Yeah.
NewDawn, we don't know a lot about this. We asked him what his competent map was. He said he's competent on everything. We asked him what race he was competent against. He said he was competent against every single race. So he says his favorite unit's the Overseer. So and he likes orange juice. I don't know how many more random facts I can throw at you guys.
Orange juice is great.
It is pretty good.
Favorite unit Overseer? That's like really weird. I don't even know how to respond to that because guess what, Tasteless? The Overseer is really fragile. He's not actually that good. I don't know, man.
He must like gooping those buildings with the
I guess.
contaminate or whatever.
It is good. I think that about a year from now, when people are godly, we're going to see a lot more gooping of buildings. But
oh yeah, I think so.
But right now, there's like too many random units just sitting in the base to catch it. You're like this is a good time, and like you fly in, there's Marines just sitting there. You're like, oh.
Yeah, that actually is a good point. I'm really curious to see, when this game, as you said, a year from now, how much more developed it will be because stuff is going to be much more refined.
Yeah, when it becomes so refined like StarCraft 1, you'll actually know, there's no way he has Marines in his base right now. He has to be moving towards my 3rd. This is when I goop.
Exactly.
Something like that. I'm not saying that'll be exactly what it is, but that's what StarCraft 1 got to. That's what a game will get to. When you have tournaments like this all the time, people just hone their skills over and over and over, and it becomes this amazing thing where you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Even without seeing it.
That's true. No, it's going to be sick when it gets to that point. Let's take a look at the map lineup for these guys. Metalopolis, Shikuras Plateau, and Steps of War.
Well, the first 2 maps are the 2 maps that Zergs just love to see against Terran, but the last map is the one where normally we see Zerg go 6-pool, even though it's been shown not to work.
It's like the map from hell for a ZVT because you are so close together.
Yeah.
Zerg really have a tough time expanding, so you end up having not very many drones because you're making so many units. And you can lose in the early game or the late game. So Steps of War is certainly a map. NewDawn does not want to get on. That's going to be tough. Beating a RainBOw 2-0, I can't possibly imagine that happening. Beating him 2-1, that's a little bit more reasonable, but
Into the Rainbow, he's a very harass-based player. and I think that's going to help him out a little bit, especially on Chikuris, because the only player that we've seen really play a super good macro game on that map in TVZ was Nada. He played that like that. Well, he was angry. He had gotten 6-pool and lost, so he was like,
he took his jacket off.
Man.
I remember that.
So I'll always remember that game. That was like watching StarCraft 1. I was like, nope, just keep taking bases and kill you.
Yeah, he played so well. That was so sick.
Not a lot of people have the skill to actually do something like that in StarCraft 2 yet. So hopefully RainBOW's harassment-based skill, which he loves to do, will help him out because it's such a big map. It takes a while to go over and respond to these drops. So
yeah. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Since we haven't really seen NewDawn play, I don't know what his style is like. We do know he at least claims to be confident from the interview.
Yeah.
That our staff gave him, asking him what he's confident on and this and that. So we'll see. The countdown started. We're going to see if RainBOW can do it again. And once again, Artosis, your computer is last to load.
It's actually lagging in game too. Someone needs to restart this thing.
What's funny is when we got into work today, my computer said it was a minute ahead of his on Battle.net time.
Yeah.
Now
from the future.
That's right. Now over here in the red, formerly known as Hope Torture, now back to his original ID. Into the rainbow
from Team Startail.
That's right.
Amazing team. Home of Torch.
And now, over here in the blue, we have our Zerg player, NewDawn.
Yep, and NewDawn seems like he doesn't have a team, and that's like, he's going to have to get one. Because you have teams like, of course, Startail for Into the Rainbow, TSL with players like Fruit Dealer and Tester. And then you have some of these other teams like Incredible Miracle, which is home to Nestea. Without teams like this, with great players working together, talking about the game, it's very hard to put out, especially when you're against someone like this, like Hope Torture.
Yeah, that is true. I'm curious to see exactly what our Zerg has planned in this series.
I have a feeling we're going to see a 14 hatchery because every Zerg in GSL seems to want to do a build that you shouldn't do.
Might even be a 15 hatch unless he's going to make his pool
like
right now.
Hatch.
Yeah, he might be able to get away with it. He might be able to get away with it if he, since these positions are so far apart.
Well, if it's a double barracks and Hope Torture is making a double barracks, if he executes it right, that hatchery's dead. There's no block to it.
It's interesting. I wonder if it's a reflection of, Korea's Confucian culture, but you do see all the Koreans tend to do the same builds more often than the non-Koreans. You know what I mean? We see them all sticking with hatch first, yet we've seen an enormous amount of success from Terrans, simply put, sending their SCVs and Marines at them and microing.
It's quite true. It's definitely true, as we even saw in an interview by our Startail player earlier, that even Torch, they're like, yeah, man, he has like his complete own style. And, of course, we've seen Torch play plenty of times. He certainly does.
Oh, nice, by the way, there.
Saves that drone just in time. But, realistically, you should probably cancel that to get the minerals back, even though it's not much. You need every mineral you can have to hold off these Marine rushes.
And I would not be surprised if RainBOW sends us out. RainBOW's really good at controlling his units because he is a harass-based player. Now, RainBOW's actually, what's funny is we were talking about how most of these guys do similar builds. RainBOW's actually one of these guys who, kind of like Nal Ra in StarCraft 1, has his own personality in his gameplay.
Yeah. Definitely.
But for the vast majority, I'd say 80, 90%. Whoa, he's actually just going to go for the double refinery.
Okay, so, everyone has their own little twist on the Marine attacks. Speed is being upgraded right now for our Zerg player. And he does have 6 Zerglings already. But
it looks like he's going to fake a Marine SCV rush in this case.
I think he's trying to catch the Overlord before going. You can't send the Overlord across Metalopolis anymore.
Yeah.
And he is going to go ahead and kill off this Overlord and supply capping the Zerg player.
Now, is he going to get in there and see what
oh, man.
RainBOW's doing? He's going to spot. He's going to see it's not a Marine SCV on because he sees the SCVs. He sees gas being mined.
But still, I mean, this is quite a strong attack coming. You need to look at the unit tab. It is 10 Marines and a bunch of SCVs. 12 Marines now against only 10 Zerglings. He did get supply cap momentarily. So let's take a look here. Here comes the attack. Speed is almost finished, so that's going to help out immensely. But will it be enough?
He's microing back.
And speed is done. A nice surround there with the drones to help. The Queen as well. And it looks like he may be able to hold off this attack quite easily.
Now back here at the Terran's base, he has a few more Marines. He's making a bunker to clog this entrance.
Yep, that's right.
He's going to get a factory up here.
You know, if we take a look, he did force a lot of Zerglings there. So right now it's 21 drones against 22 SCVs. So still has the economic advantage.
Yeah, when you consider the Terran has a mule.
Yep. And at this time, we are seeing in RainBOW's base double starport being
interesting.
made.
Meanwhile, over here, it does not look like we have a Baneling's nest up yet.
Yeah, he's made a lot of Zerglings. He has 22 Speedlings out right now. And
you know what's funny? He just salvaged the bunker.
Yeah,
he's going to plug it with this.
Whoa.
That would be...
I know, man. If you ran
risky
those up,
business, yeah.
It's like a risky thing. Okay, I really like this. You know, he's forced so many Marines. He's forced this very mineral-heavy, non-tech play. And now he's just making Banshees. And the most important thing is they're rallied right into his main, so he's going to wait for a certain amount of Banshees before attacking. Now the lair, it has been started for a Zerg player. Cloak is being researched, in fact. Kind of an interesting twist on this double barracks play.
Yeah, it seems like what he's doing is he's kind of faking the Marine SCV rush, and then he's switching to a tech jump here, where he's going to get a bunch of Banshees. That's going to throw his opponent off rhythm. And then if you notice here, he gets 2 more barracks, so it's a very complex shift of a one-base play.
Yeah, this is a variation of the 2 racks that I have seen on the Korean server, where you just kind of pressure with the initial Marines. It's not a killing move. And then you go into Banshee, make a bunch of Banshees and Marines, and go back. Because obviously, I mean, what beats that set of units? It's a very specific thing you need to do. Either have some Speed Banes out, have some Infestors with fungal growth out, because the Marines and Banshees kill Hydras, and then the Marines stop Mutas from killing the Banshees. It's a tricky unit group to actually stop.
He does have an Overseer here. He will have to turn that around. The Overseer is slightly slower than the Banshee. So
assuming no cloak right now.
Yeah, I don't... no, I think he's like, wait a minute.
Besides, he should not assume.
Might be making here a cast.
Speaks perfect English.
That's right.
All right, well, here come the Banshees. The Spire is being made right there.
Uh-oh.
Here come the Queens. 3 of them. More than enough. He does have 2 Overseers, playing really safe. Got 4 now. Queens will not be able to take out 4 unless perfectly healed. Does not look like that's going to occur. So it looks like NewDawn is in a lot of trouble here. Taking out all the Queens, and can he take out the Spire now as well?
Now he will be able to make some Mutalisks.
That's right.
But he is going to get the Spire for sure, 100%.
Yeah, he's making 7 Mutalisks, so that's actually quite a few. Plenty of Spores up now. Did force some Spore Crawlers. Those things are not the most useful things in the world.
Well, so, they don't really have range. So
yeah.
Even when you make them, I mean,
they're more for detection than actual anti-air. And notice he had to make a lot. They're actually relatively expensive as well. It's not something you want to have to do, but when he was losing his Queens, it was really his only choice. Wow, and RainBOW is pretty serious about this. I mean, he's making the command center, sure, but has a lot of units. Interestingly enough, though, he's switched over to Medivacs as opposed to kept the Banshees on. He may even transition into normal play with this possibility, but I feel like he definitely should make an attack.
No, I think he really should make an attack.
Oh no!
Oh, no! It's going to be bad.
Almost
my
loses
God.
medevacs there. Barely saves him.
Losing one medevac is so bad.
Should really be trying to hit more
Here
with
we go
these
again.
units. And
Nice.
taking out one, taking out a
Mega.
second one. No. It's almost worth it to just go for it. Now, Baneling's speed is being upgraded. He wants to hit before Baneling's speed is done. Killing
my
two
God.
Banshees and okay. Into the rainbow. Kind of in some trouble here, man. Being very sloppy with this attack. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything with it.
He has a ton of Banelings. NewDawn could win this quite well.
Yeah. This is not looking very good for Into the Rainbow.
Rainbow
right
might
now.
want to turn around, actually.
Yeah,
I don't think he should be out here on the map.
Stim just about to finish. Some Marines being rallied in the wrong location there.
Rainbow's not playing as clean as he should.
No, it's a little bit weird, this build altogether. It's not the all-in follow-up that I thought it was going to be. Didn't make a whole lot of Banshees. No.
I think...
Oh, he actually did cancel the cloak, so...
I do believe that when he practiced this, he probably, while doing this build, usually got rid of the Spire in time.
So if you kill the Spire, it's so expensive for Zerg to make again, and then the meter count is so low that you don't have to make quite as much anti-air.
Exactly. Now Zerg, I think, is debating attacking right now, and it looks like he will.
This could be trouble. Those are Speed Banes. And here they come. Zerglings as well. The Mutalisks attacking in, and into the rainbow. Looking like he's going to be in a lot of trouble here. NewDawn really punishing him for, the lack of any damage in those early builds.
Now chasing him back, but he doesn't care. He's going to go right up here.
Oh, man. This is not looking good for Into the Rainbow. NewDawn showing some pretty good skills here.
And I think now the Zerg realizes there's actually a lot more barracks than he initially expected. He needs to turn around, though. He can't engage that turret.
Got to be careful about that when SCVs are repairing it.
Meanwhile, more links coming in here.
GG.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, quite an upset there.
NewDawn found Rainbow and took it all the way back and got his pot of gold.
He certainly did.
Saying, that's going to be my money soon. So,
I have to say about that early Marine rush, when it's a 14 hatchery, if you go quite early with it, you can oftentimes double bunker them in. Or you can send more SCVs, or you can wait, make more Marines. But the way he did it was kind of this in-between thing, which was kind of a cool pressure, but at the same time, he took a long time to kill that Overlord in the center, gave his opponent enough time to get speed up, get his surround on, and actually kill the rush. As we've seen many times, if you really do it just right, you can kill the 14 hatchery with these Marine SCV rushes. It's just extremely hard to hold off as Zerg. But I don't know, and then he kind of transitions into Banshees, cancels his cloak. Overall, I want to say his play seemed indecisive.
Yeah, and it certainly wasn't well executed. He didn't manage to get the Spire, which could have changed everything when he was doing that attack. He lost medevacs and Banshees. He didn't seem to know when to turn around. He had bad rally points. Hopefully he can do better this time. There's only one more. He doesn't have any more tricks to fool around with anymore. The countdown, by the way, has started. The game is loading. Is Into the Rainbow going to get knocked out of this tournament?
That would be wild.
That would be crazy. All right, so let's get ready and see what's going to happen.